Next, people ask me, well, Pastor Daniel, what about dancing? Well, I've got a question for you. Is dancing biblical? Well, here's the answer. Yes and no. You see, there's two types of dancing in the Bible. One type God categorically condemns. The other type God actually condones. So these scriptures, we're not going to look these up. We don't have time. You can get them on your handout as you go out today. It shows us where dancing was wrong. It was worldly, sensual, sexual. Liberties are being taken that aren't biblical. That kind of dancing is categorically condemned by the Bible. And let me explain why by telling you a few stories. And one story comes from a person I know, and this happened years and years ago. They were running a dance school. It was a young husband and wife. And in the dance school, on their brochure where they're advertising the school, they show a picture of a woman who's got her arms wrapped around a guy in a very sensual way. Now, what happened to this couple is that they're man and wife, they're running this studio, and so he gets a student in his dance studio, a woman, and they end up having a relationship, and so they divorce and go into this terrible, terrible relationship. Now, folks, would you want your spouse having their arms wrapped around a complete stranger in this way? No way. You would be crazy if you wanted that to happen. And what's really amazing about this is she wonders why her husband divorced her and went for this other woman. Well, it began right there in the dance hall. So this is the type of dancing that God forbids. It's trouble. It's just asking for trouble. Excuse me. However, there's another type of dancing that the Bible condones, where dancing is a celebration of life, culture, and worship. Again, we're not going to look these scriptures up for a lack of time. They'll be in your handouts as you go out. Let me give you an illustration. Years ago, not too long after Nerida and I got married, I had a good friend of mine who got married, and he married a Jewish woman. And so they held a Jewish wedding reception, and it was really beautiful. And what they did is the men danced with the men, and the women danced with women. Not because they were LGBTQ, not at all. It was because it was a celebration of culture. And in the Jewish mind, there is to be this carefulness, is that we have to maintain modesty, and a man would never dance with a woman that's not his wife. It's just asking for trouble. And so this type of dancing, it's a cultural thing. It's beautiful. The Bible condones that, and that's what we can do. All right, so next on this list from 1 John chapter 2,